Hey guys, it's Ajayi Joel. Welcome to Climber. Today I'll be talking about how to make over $40,000 with your digital skill after a year of learning it. A couple of days ago, on Climber's Ladder series, I was able to interview a 25 years old young man who initially had, like a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago, had over 20 million naira in crypto investments. And from there, he became bankrupt, broke to the point that he had to go squat with a friend of his. And a year after that, he now earns over $40,000 yearly as a Nigerian working in a tech company in the US. What did he do from the point of being a bankrupt, broke young man down to the point of earning $40,000 per annum as a tech bro? I'm going to be breaking this down into the few things you can do. So if you have a digital skill or a skill, like let's say in quote, a tech skill, you can use the same roadmap for whatever you're doing and it is sure to work. So the first thing he did, and I'm going to be reading out here, was that he picked a profession. So this might sound cliche, but the thing is, your profession really matters a lot. Whatever you choose depends on how much salary you're going to make from it. There are some professions that have very high demand, so the money or the salary or the compensation on it is very, very good. So if you are thinking about going into tech, then you should consider the profession, like the industry you want to work with, and know the base salary for that industry. How can you know that? You can actually use Google, or you can go to Glassdoor. There is a website called glassdoor.com. You can check on the salary for intermediate, for experts, like for the different levels of the industry. So that way you will know if you're qualified, like if no matter how much you work, the amount of salary that you can earn within a period of time. For some professions, they might not pay you more than like $50,000 in a year, depending on like if you're experienced. While some, even with your entry level, if you get a job, secure a remote job, they can be paying like $75,000. So the first thing is you have to pick a niche that is actually very, very lucrative and that is on high demand. Then the next thing to do is you should start self-learning. You need to start self-learning. Before you think about purchasing a course, I would strictly recommend that you do some self-learning. And how can you do some self-learning? There are a couple of platforms that you can actually learn some things for free. There is Google. Most of you do not maximize Google. Google is actually a very, very good platform where you look for information about what you want to learn. Like you've picked your industry, use Google to like get a lot of resources. And at the same time, you can actually use YouTube. YouTube is a school of its own. You can get so many videos for free on YouTube that will educate you and like put you at a pace. Then the next thing to do is to pay for course. Remember, the goal after 1 year, you want to start making $40,000 like my friend. You have to sacrifice a lot of things actually. There is no way you even want to succeed in this. You will have to make a couple of sacrifices. Sacrifice time, you sacrifice your nights, you have to sacrifice fun time with friends and the things like that. But once you've started self-learning, you move to the next stage, which is you have to pay for courses. A lot of people are scared or do not find value in paying for courses. What these courses do to you is that they give you a direction. If you're self-learning, you will just be moving around in circles. But if you pay for courses, you will know the next step to take, the next direction to move to, and it helps you accelerate your learning. So pay for courses. There are so many platforms where you can pay for courses. There's Udemy, there's Coursera, there's Skillshare. This, my friend, paid a whopping sum of 180,000 naira within 6 months to learn the particular tech skill he learned. So he spent 180,000 naira would be around $300. So he spent $300 to pay for it called tech skills. If you cannot afford that, there are cheap courses on udemy.com, coursera.com, LinkedIn Learning too as well. You can actually look for courses to pay for. Then the next thing to do is join the best communities in your profession and network with professionals. So if you have started your self-learning and you've been able to pay for courses, what is the next phase? Join exclusive communities. If you do not belong to communities, you might have issues with what is the next phase. You'll begin to ask yourself, what next am I supposed to do? That is where communities come into place. Communities will help you figure out, communities will help you move at a fast pace because you'll begin to see what every other person is doing in that niche, and then you realize, oh, I need to learn this, I need to learn that, I need to learn this, I need to learn that. You network with this person and this person will introduce you to the other person, and probably if you're lucky enough, they might tell you there's a new job opportunity open and this and that. So that is why you have to join professional communities. How can you know that there are professional communities existing? You can actually use Google, ask your friends that are actually in the same niche. There are lots of Slack communities that are free that are actually very valuable. Then the next thing is build your portfolio after self practices. So the thing is, you want to earn over $40,000 after your first year of learning a tech skill. It is not easy. It is not going to be exactly the same way I'm saying it. The point is that it's possible if you sacrifice a lot of things. Most times, give or take, is 2 years before you secure a job. But like my friend, within a year was able to secure a job, and this is his roadmap. So you have to build a portfolio after self practices. How do you self practice? Give yourself tasks. You are in that industry. You could actually even opt in for free job. Most time people say don't do free jobs. That is not true. If you've never actually gotten a job before, then you need to do free jobs in order for you to have a lot of experience and work to show that you are good with what you do. Then you move to building your portfolio. Build your portfolio on different portfolio websites, different portfolio platforms that are actually relevant to what you're doing in your field. You can build your if you're a writer now, you can build your portfolio on medium.com. You can build your portfolio on Contently. If you're a designer, you can use Dribble, you can use Interest, whatever platform your portfolio, your skill can be showcased that is actually relevant is where you should put attention into. Then next thing to do is apply for jobs on job platforms. I'll talk about 2 job platforms that you should prioritize. There is Indeed.com and there is also Glassdoor.com. Use those 2 job platforms. If there are other job platforms, you can actually use Google to check out for other job platforms that you can make use of. Then you can also opt in for freelancing. If jobs are not working, then go into freelancing. You can freelance on Upwork, on Fiverr. A lot of times people have issues with Upwork and Fiverr, but you can still try it out. Or freelance by building a personal brand and then looking for people that would give you gigs and projects to do. It is possible. I'm going to drop a video on all of these things to break them down with you. So it is very important that you subscribe to this channel, turn on post notifications so that when next another video comes up, you get to learn from it. Then lastly, ask for recommendations. You can actually ask for recommendations from your friends. Tell your friends, I have this particular skill. Can you please recommend me to your company? And this would only work if you have been able to build a good network of friends within that industry. If you've not built a good network of friends within that industry, it will be almost impossible. So I do tell somebody, I told one of my mentees that you need to network in this industry. Once you've networked in this industry, it is easy to tell this person, hey dude, I define job. You get any job for your company? Does your company have any job? Shocker is this particular young man that got a job of 40k after 1 year. He got a recommendation by his friend in his friend's company. So his friend recommended him for a particular position that is relevant to his skill in that company, and he was able to get into the job based on the reputation of his friend's recommendation. That is why it is important for you to network. Know the joke with networking. Take networking very, very serious. So whatever it is with this roadmap, I feel that within 1 year, give or take 2 years, you can secure a job that will pay you in tens of thousands of dollars. Did you learn anything from this? Once again, subscribe to this channel. If you have questions, drop it in the comment section. If you have friends, also tag your friends to it. There is a lot of value that would help you start your tech skill, grow it to the point of smiling with dollars in your account. In the next video, it's out.
Nice.